Okay, let me do the focus real quick. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm so nervous.
Nervous?
Yes, because I've never done this before.
Of course you did this before. We recorded so many videos together.
Yes, but not for my channel.
For your channel? We never said it's for your channel. We upload this to my channel.
But Moon,
No,
I think it's time that I start my own YouTube channel.
We never said that you can start your own YouTube channel. Come on.
But Moon.
No, we have to build my first. Come on. So I hope one day she will understand what this is all about. So I want to share with you guys the process, how I did all this. So I want to show you my setup, my rig, my Unreal Engine, and also how I did the animation. So let's get right into it. So here's my rig. We have quite a lot of cables. I will show you exactly which cables. But first of all, let me show you what I see when I have a look here at my screen. And this is not only a screen, this is a screen and recorder. I can press record and record everything what I see here. So what I'm recording here is also the final picture. This is what you saw in the bottom right corner. So let's stop this recording right now because we don't need it. But you can see when I move my rig, when we bring it up, we can see the Tesla bot. I can also zoom in and out, and I do have right now here with this wheel, I do have a 8 till 200 millimeter zoom now here. And it's even not, I could go much further, but yeah, I thought, okay, an 8 till 200 lens, zoom lens is okay. So it's zoom, and also here this other guy here is focus. So it's a huge focus distance. Let me show you this from the other direction. So here you can see my Intel sensor. It comes with a vanishing point system I'm using here. So I mounted the sensor right on my rig. By the way, this is a small rig. Yeah, just a standard small rig, handheld. Yeah, handheld rig. It's pretty standard, but well, it's a super fun experience with this guy. I love it. So I only have this sensor here for camera movement, and I have these other two guys. And also they came with the vanishing point system. They are this is the part of the vector system. This part of two wiper systems. So one for zoom, one for focus. This for camera movement. And this also you can see from my Ninja Flame Recorder HDMI input. This comes out of my PC and brings the signal into it. This is the SSD where everything is recorded. So what other cables do we have? We have power. I could use batteries, but I decided to go with power. This is the USB cable from the Intel sensor. It goes to a USB extension, which I fixed here with some gaffer. Then we have two cables for the other two sensors here. And that's it. Yeah, and this brings it to so many cables. So what's really fun with this setup? Well, the vanishing point system is made for mixed reality, but I shot virtual only with this rig. This is only the virtual world. So the mixed reality where you could see me was shot with another camera, and I will show you this in a second. But the fun thing is the system is made for mixed reality, but I was using it for virtual because sometimes I feel that virtual only is even more fun to shoot. It's just a strange feeling to be in this virtual world and go around there and film and record. So let me show you the camera that filmed the mixed reality scene. It's over here. So usually I have my vanishing points sensors here mounted on this camera. It's a Blackmagic Pocket, a cinema camera 4K, just a standard camera, and all I did was I recorded this with no tracking data. Yes, the camera is here on this slider, but I didn't use the slider. Yeah, the camera had no movement, so no reason to track. So, and also I did the composition of this footage here in post-production. So this was not a real-time composition. Okay, now let me show you guys my Unreal Engine and also what happened before. Also, if you're interested in more details, below each of my YouTube videos, here in the description, you find my free green screen class. I also do have another virtual production class, and you can click on this link, and with your first name and email address, you can register for this free class. I also have a paid premium class. Check this out as well if you're interested. It's a very comprehensive virtual production class. It's mixed reality and it's virtual only. I really appreciate your support, but now let's get into the details of what I did here. So here you can see this blue camera here, which is marked. This is my virtual camera, and you can also see when I select it, you can see the picture that this camera is recording. But it starts all here with the Vanishing Point vector software. You can see here, this is the picture from the sensor. It's a fisheye camera, this intersensor on top. All I did here was I went to my settings and selected my calibration file for my Intel sensor. So this is what I did once for my lens. The funny thing is I didn't need it to do this because I was shooting virtual only. Okay, anyways. Yeah, and then I click connect. So that's it for the vector software. And on the Intel sensor, on the Viper software, Viper software here, this is more interesting because here on top you can see the zoom, and when I move my zoom, you can see this red line here that is moving, and there you can also see that I have let me see, focal length starting from 8 till 200, and this is something I created here. I created this curve. I just added 2 points. I could add the lens value here, and then I created the curve. So that's how this worked. And the same for the focus. Yeah. And let me see, what did I select here? Where the max is, so it's in centimeter. The max is like, I think, 20,000. 20,000 centimeters, so it's not infinite. So that's very important. And it's very important if you shoot mixed reality to get this right with your lens. That's a challenge if you have a real lens to get this right, because you need to have a good lens, so not an infinite lens. Okay, so and the minimum, what you have here is like 1 centimeter. Okay, so that was my focus distance. Very interesting. So one thing before I forget this, also very important, I did one more thing here in the vector software, and this was set origin from anchor. So I have this floor anchor. You can see the virtual one here on the side, and maybe you saw this before in my room. I have this in real life, and this sets, yeah, the floor. Yeah, this tells Unreal Engine that this camera has not exactly the distance to this floor as in my real life. Very important. Very important for mixed reality, not for this one. Yeah, to be honest, the Vanishing Point system for virtual only is totally overkilled, and it would be better if I used it on my mixed reality camera and use something like an iPad or Vive tracker or so for the camera. And this is what I will do also in another video, in a future video. Okay, yeah, but let me show you maybe this scene here real quick. This is from the Unreal Engine Marketplace, just this underground scene, which is pretty nice. And I have a couple of Tesla bots here, which I got from, I'm not sure whether it's CG Trader or Sketchfab. I think the final one was CG Trader. So you can see the shoulders are a little, well, let's say not so wide. And it's because I did a female animation that has the shoulders a little lower. Yeah. And also this Tesla bot usually is very, oh, no, this is also, let me see. This is more, oh no, so also they have all the animations on it, sorry. So usually I had much wider shoulders. So this is part of the animation why the shoulders are like this. I could have adjusted, but I thought it's pretty funny for this version of the Tesla bot. More about the animation in just a second. So let me show you how this signal here from Vector and also from Viper comes into Unreal Engine, because this is pretty handy. There's this plugin from Vanishing Point, and that's this one. And when I click spawn data, it creates this vanishing point data. So it's a mixed reality camera. And usually, so when usually it looks, in this case, black. Yeah, or usually there is this real live from my real camera, the picture here. And then you start and make some adjustments here with a delay from the sensor, and you set up here, this is genlock, something like a software genlock. This is setup sync and turn on sync. Usually you just choose the settings from your camera when you're shooting in 1080p and how many frames per second and so on. I didn't do this for this one. I also didn't use the keyer here. All I did was here in the window masking. So it's like cropping. I was cropping the picture. Can you see this? So usually my real life picture disappears now because I crop it away. Of course, I only want virtual only pictures here. So this is now my camera picture. And when I press connect here, yeah, from this point on, this vanishing point data receives the data from Vector, and Viper uses live link. So I go to live link source, and here you can see the Viper live link. And there's another blueprint called Viper Vector, and this one brings the data from live link through this blueprint and passes it to the vanishing point data blueprint. So, and this is where usually the mixed reality picture happens, but in this case the virtual only, because I have this window masking here. Okay, great. So the next step is to record this. So I recorded this. I went to media capture, and now I press stop. Here I have to select my source, and this is my source camera. This is the vanishing point data here from here. It's a little hidden here, like media viewport capture, and I go to viewport capture cameras. So I select this camera here, and then my media output is my Decklink capture card output. Of course, I only have this one, and I press here capture, and now this data is streamed out of my HMI output from this Decklink card. Yeah, and this is the cable I showed you before when I showed you my this HMI recorder, this monitor recorder, this Ninja Flame recorder. Yeah, so and this is pretty much the workflow here. Now we'll show you how I did the animation. So for the animation, I do have iClone here. So I had to import the Tesla bot into iClone. It doesn't have the material on it, so I had to reapply the material in Unreal Engine. So this is how the Tesla bot looks here in iClone. And you can see here in my timeline that I do have some the sound, what the Tesla bot said. And at the very bottom, we have the animation. So this animation is a stock animation from iClone, and it's a female standing discussion animation. And you can see this is how it looks. Yeah, so this is a female standing discussion. Okay, I use this and I loop this. And here I placed the audio files that I created. And I created them with Replica Studio. I imported them, and then I placed them here in the timeline. And this was where I practiced the script. So when I was talking here, I was talking, hey. So for example, here, this was when I start from the beginning. Are you ready? Nervous? So, and so I was practicing this this talk with this Tesla bot like 2-3 times, and I readjust the position of this. Yeah, and then I had to do the recording twice also, and so that everything works. Yeah, here like file export as FBX. So always very important. This feature in iClone is only possible if you have the plugin. What's the name of the plugin? I think 3D Exchange, which is which is funny because this plugin is more expensive than iClone. Yeah, so you pay for the export feature like twice the price that iClone costs. Okay, you should be prepared for this because it's not everyone is prepared for this. Yeah, and then when I have this FBX file exported, I go to Unreal Engine. Let me check this. In Content Browser, I do have an animation folder. And you can see I have all kinds of animation with the Tesla bot here because I did a couple of videos with it. And I think Tesla bot starts YouTube channel. This is the animation. Here, this one. And what I did next, I created this sequence, so a new level sequence. So in the workflow, how I do it, I just take the animation. So that's very important. I don't take the mesh. I immediately drag the animation. This is just, I find this a little faster. Into the level, then I have to apply the material here in the details panel, and I created this new level sequence. And now that this animation and also the mesh is in the scene, it's also in the world outline. It's also in the world outliner here on the right side. I take it, drag it into my sequence, and then I can go here to animations and choose my animation again. Okay, so it's here. These here are the same animations we saw before. So I can delete this because I did this before. So here it is. And I used this animation 2 times, 1, 2. Yeah, these are just 2 tracks. So, and that's for the animation. Yeah, I can just play it and that's it. So, and here's something that's great with Unreal Engine 4.27 new is now here and take recorder. I have my take recorder window here on the left side. You can, I think, make sure that you have take recorder here, edit plugins and choose take recorder. So to make sure that it's really enabled. Once it's enabled, you find Windows, Cinematics, take recorder. Yeah, and you can place the window wherever you want. I have it here on my left side. Ah, come on. Okay, now I have it here on my left side. Now it's a little bigger. So I recorded with 30 frames per second. This is what I choose. And here what I mean with recording, this is if you want to record, no matter what you want to record, no matter if it's another animation, a camera animation, whatever. New in Unreal Engine is here, this as 4.27 at this position at least. Yeah, it was there, but a little hidden before. That you can choose here your existing sequence that you already have and record whatever you choose here and add this to this sequence here. So I didn't record something else, but I do have another camera here, the Cine Camera Actor 2. And the Cine Camera Actor 2 is another Cine camera I dragged into the level to record the scene from the side because I needed some footage from my Blackmagic camera. You can remember I didn't do the tracking, but what I did here, I selected this camera, I placed it around where I think it should be, and then I went to the details panel and adjusted the aperture and also the focal length to my real life camera. So I had to do this manually here, but it's possible. So the camera was not moving, and this I got like, yeah, I got a shot that was from the focal length at least pretty realistic. So as if I would do the tracking. So usually with the tracking, the result wouldn't be so much more different. I think the biggest weakness here was in DaVinci Resolve, where I put everything together, is the color correction. Just a quick overview about my DaVinci project here. You can see the compound clip is my, I will show you in just a second what's in the compound clip. Yeah, so then I have here my Ninja Flame recording, and I have the audio files. I exported the audio files here, this one where the Tesla bot speaks. I exported this from iClone. And the other one here is my camera footage. I recorded this sound with the Blackmagic camera. I made a mistake here because, interesting enough, it recorded the internal camera footage and not from my lavalier mic. I have to double check what happened there, so probably just a mistake. So let me go into this compound clip. Yeah, you can see this. I had some color applied on this compound clip. So on both, but this one here has the keyer. So this is just the keyer. I cropped this picture also a little out because my green screen is not so well lit. Yeah, so that's me with the keyer applied. I positioned myself also a little here on the left side. So, and the Tesla bot, so that's the rendering from the side, from the Cine Camera 2. That's the rendering. Yeah, and so I applied the keyer here, and I applied some color on both of them. But you can see it's not super realistic how I fit into the scene. Yeah, and this is what I'm working on right now with another app called Xymetry. I'm sure you heard about this before. Because I want to use the virtual light from Unreal Engine, and that it's applied to me as well. Yeah, so to the real life object. So that's my goal, because I'm alone. And yes, it's great. I can see my result and also final composition, but lighting everything being alone is still a challenge. Yeah, so another person would be very helpful for this. Or I want to try this with the virtual lights. Yeah, so that's also pretty fun, I think. Yeah, okay, but today I was alone, so it was still fun. Yeah, I'm not super happy with this composition here, but no, it was a fun shoot, and yeah, I synced everything. Yeah, exported it, and that's it. Yeah. That was the process. Okay, I hope you guys find this a little helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Also, check out my free course on my free virtual production course. The link is also in the description below. I also do have a premium course. Check this out. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.